We are really excited for our job fair tomorrow, Wednesday, March 15th from 2 to 5:30. We wanted to have a little conversation because we're hiring too.
Absolutely.
And part of the reason that I wanted Elizabeth to join us is because we did hire Elizabeth at the October job fair.
Yes.
So our organization is a nonprofit organization which has been in existence since 1978. Mm-hmm. And we have been helping people to workforce success since really the day that we started providing services. What we've done through the years has changed, but not as far as it comes to the employment piece of it, and that we're here to support the community. So I wanted to talk to Elizabeth, put her on the spot about joining our team and really what it has meant to her, because you're our newest member.
Yes.
So be honest. I can cut out whatever I don't notice. Just kidding. Yeah. But when it comes to working here, I guess I would just like to have you share with us your thoughts on I guess what we do and how you feel about the team that you work with.
Yeah. So I took and started here at We Are Hope in the beginning of November. And so it's been, I don't even know, what is it? November, December, January, February. So a little around 5 months I've been here. One of the main aspects of why I wanted to be here is because of the support role that it has for our community and the benefits that it provides to our community. Being able to single-handedly take and provide that aspect of employment services that we need to have for a basis for our community, just because of how in-depth our community revolves around tourism, stuff like that. It might be hard for some people to take and find that employment need that they need to have met, whether that be a family, single mother, be somebody who has to deal with disability benefits. We're there to take and provide that service. And being that support role that they need is one of the biggest things that I think impacts, just because I've always been someone who really likes to be able to take and help and benefit my community in that way, and this is what I now get to do. So
yeah, nice. Thanks. I was sitting here going, oh, it's awesome. We do awesome things here.
Yes.
So when we're looking for somebody to join our team, I have to say, when Elizabeth walked into the job fair, I was talking to another employer actually at the time, and she walked over to our table that we had set up, and the second she started talking, I was like, excuse me for a minute. I walked over to speak to her a little bit more. Now, when I was listening to her, she wasn't talking about helping people with employment. Mm-hmm. That's not why you walked into the job fair.
The main thing was to be able to find a job that suits my needs, and now I get to do some of the different aspects that I wanted to also have with the job that, were kind of secondary needs of mine, but now I get to do both. So
yeah, and I think that it's important. The reason I've always loved job fairs is because that you have that one-on-one connection, but you don't feel like you're sitting across the table from somebody having an interview. You get to find out a little bit more about them. And doing these recorded interviews with the employers that are attending the job fair is also very informative. So if you haven't watched the other videos already, go back on our page and look at the other employers that are going to be here, because they have some excellent opportunities and excellent benefits of working for them as well. And when it comes to the job fair, though, you never know who's overhearing what you have to say. Mm-hmm. Now, Elizabeth went to school for, you tell them what you went to school for.
I recently graduated from UW-Milwaukee with a JAMS major, which is Journalism, Advertising, and Media Studies.
So as a nonprofit organization, we definitely have the need for that, but don't necessarily have the funding for that. So right away when she's talking, of course, I'm like, oh, I could totally use her, but I can't pay her for that job. And so when we talked about the position that we had open, we made sure that we could tie some of those other things into it, which has been progressive because you obviously had a job to get to know, which is you're still on the learning curve.
Oh yeah,
I'm still on the learning curve, and I've been here over 20 years. So, so then we try to utilize her more in those things that are her interests. But I feel like the things that interest us, I love to develop stuff too. I love to create flyers and videos and whatnot. And yet if we can use those to guide people to employment success, then it just makes you feel even better because you're getting that kind of creative side out of you at the same time.
Absolutely.
So anyway, I guess I should say that besides the fact, we can sit here and talk about how awesome our team is and how awesome we are all day, but I also just want to mention that we really do have a flexible work schedule. We do have office hours where we are open to the public, and we need to make sure that we always have staff here, but there is a lot of flexible time as well with some of the components of what we do. So, that can be a great benefit to individuals with varying circumstances as well. We do have really good benefits as far as insurance and PTO and different things like that. That's another thing we try to be flexible with and do what we can. So we are hiring full-time. We're willing to hire the right person for part-time. I say right person because then they really have to be flexible because then we have to use them when we need them, and so that's why part-time might be a little bit more difficult. But if they can have varying schedules, and then it might work. But we just want to support people from anywhere along the gamut of point A to point Z when it comes to their employment. And that could be anywhere, and anybody can start at any point in that timeline. We work with people who are already working and want more support, maybe want to help advance them in their career, or look for a different job while they're working. We work with people who are unemployed or have been for a very long time, people with barriers, have a disability, they are an offender, they don't have a self-sustaining wage. So we work with everybody. And so if you want to help people with anything employment, like we like to help people, please apply. So you can come and meet with us at the job fair and talk a little bit more about the position with the staff that are going to be here. Or you can send me a resume, cover letter, and your references to my email at kcarley, CARLEY, at wearehopeinc.org. I guess we should mention, so Elizabeth, when you came to the job fair in October, the job fair was on a Wednesday. Yes. You submitted your resume, I believe, on a Friday.
Yes.
And I contacted you and we interviewed on Saturday.
Yes. It was very progressive.
I didn't want to lose her. So it really, it really can happen quick. But of course, I will say Elizabeth did have another job, which I'm sorry, employer. But we definitely worked within that timeline. I certainly believe in being loyal to the employers that you're with.
You were really good about making sure that the needs that needed to be met at that time were there.
So see you at the job fair. Remember, that's tomorrow, Wednesday, March 15th, from 2 to 5:30 at our location in the Cherry Point Mall. So remember, look for We Are Hope Inc., the EmployAbility Hub, and we will see you there.
See you then.